join me at the Blackbird Bar in the Maiden City, or if you are of that persuasion, Derry/Londonderry. The crack may not quite yet be 90, but it's getting there. Sadly for me, however, this is a mere staging post, an opportunity to revisit an old haunt whilst changing buses en route to the hitherto unvisited Limavady, this week's Forgotten Town.
Limavady, County Londonderry, population 12,047, rank number 811.
Thank you. So, as we clamber aboard the number 144 and it trundles off in unhurried Sunday evening fashion towards our destination, we have a brief moment to address a query from Michael Davis of Chapel in the Frith, who feels he has a duty to ask on behalf of the listenership why we glossed over Derry rather than making it the subject of the show. Well, listener, I feel sure that I must have addressed this previously, but in recognition that we may have picked up a new listener or two, let me reiterate that these podcasts are focusing upon the last 100 of the nation's largest 1,000, which I have yet to visit. Londonderry is out because I've been there before. Limavady's in because I haven't, and as a fringe benefit, it's got a very reasonably priced Airbnb. So, we have been deposited onto the slightly damp yet not entirely unwelcoming streets of Limavady. More than one uncharitable correspondent has suggested to me that a Sunday evening in this place may not be a judicious occasion to be seeking excitement. But it seems not all establishments around here have been shuttered up for the night, so I don't think I'll be settling for an evening in front of Antiques Roadshow just yet. However, whilst gaining access to my digs involves no human contact, I think it may be a sensible idea to grapple with the complex instructions and their key safe before attempting to find a suitable recipient for my Guinness allowance.
Hello there.
Good evening. Pint of Guinness, please.
Pint of Guinness.
Thank you very much.
There we are, sir.
£5, please.
Gentleman, thank you.
Thank you. And so we find that the Crown Bar, whilst not exactly shifting the black stuff like it were the 12th of July, does still look like it's got a good couple of hours left in it. The fact that I also spy a jobbing musician setting up his keyboard over in the corner means that the jury's still out on whether this is a good or bad thing. So whilst our pal over there runs through some classic Deacon Blue, I'll be sipping down Guinness and reading Wikipedia. The town's name apparently means Leap of the Dog, derived from an incident whereby the local O'Kane clan was saved by an early version of Lassie jumping over the river to get help from the neighbours in the midst of a surprise attack. The castle of those days was followed by a plantation-era town and market-state estates from the Charter of 1613, just after the first licence in the area was granted for whisky distillation. There was enough of that with a bit of linen manufacture on the side and a wartime RAF presence to keep a town of modest size plodding along through the usual 20th century tribulations into considerable post-Good Friday Agreement expansion and the coming of a raft of unglamorous light industry. All of the above, however, is but a footnote compared to the fact that one fine day in the mid-19th century, Limavady fiddle player Jane Ross first transcribed the Londonderry Air, a tune which, whilst not quite in the same league as Dignity, has been put to multiple uses down the years, primarily as the setting for Danny Boy. But refusing ever to be overshadowed by anyone, the man who really put this town on the map was none other than Sir Richard Branson, through his demolition of a dry stone wall here at the end of his 1987 transatlantic balloon flight. If only he'd promptly hopped out rather than taking off again, he'd have saved a lot of silly bother in his subsequent rescue from the Irish Sea.
Especially for a friend from Surrey there.
Hey, thank you very much.
And so, after a far from unpleasant evening, the time comes to absent myself and head back to scoff the soda bread thoughtfully left out by Julie for her guests. We shall need all our strength and a good night's kip too, ahead of tomorrow's push for Northern Ireland's 4 remaining Forgotten Towns.
Good night, God bless.
Alex, thank you very much indeed, sir.
Cheers.
Much appreciated. Look after yourself now.
You too.
Thank you.
Take care. Good night.
Let me take you round, 'cause I'm going to.
Coleraine, County Londonderry.